Hey everyone, welcome back to Kidwell's Rusty Revivals. Today I'm planning on doing some sheet metal work. You may or may not have seen on the 67 C10 that I've already widened one wheel tub in the back. I guess I'm going to start doing the second one today. I've had a piece of metal roughly cut for, I don't know, probably 2 years now and just haven't done it. So I figured I'll use this new table and get it going. So I'm gonna try to set you guys up at a good angle so you can try to somewhat see what I'm doing, and so you get to see this, money maker. So all right, guys. So I'm widening these by 5 inches. The first one, the way I did it, I came off this edge here and I went over, I think it was 2 inches, and sliced it all the way through, and then I had a piece of sheet metal that I cut to 5 inches, which it wasn't long enough, so I used 3 pieces on that one and try to do 1 on this one. So there's actually a little body line right here that I was able to get it somewhat knocked into it on the other one with just a hammer and dolly. But now that I have a bead roller, I might be able to use the step dies to somewhat get that in there. I may try it, I don't know yet. But I'm going to sand this first so that way I have a good spot to hold a Sharpie mark. And then I'm going to cut it. So, my initial goal for this truck was to make it a drag truck. I still want to make, eventually, so eventually this truck's getting a 8.1 with twin turbos. For right now, I still have to go pick it up, but I bought a LS off of a friend of mine. I'm going to put twin turbos on it and then put it in here for now until I can build the 8.1. I've initially, or I've also thought about leaving it kind of ratty looking, but I just want to mostly a driver with 1,000 horsepower. That way if I decide to drive it to a drag strip, I can take it down strip. So I don't want the truck to be perfect because I'll be afraid to drive it. So doing it that way, I mean, if I wanted it to be perfect, I wouldn't be the one doing the work. But if I was going to spend $100,000 building a vehicle, it probably wouldn't be this one. This is another vehicle that I will never get rid of. Like, I'll get rid of the crew cab before I get rid of this. I want to be able to drive it. I don't plan on driving it in the winter time, but if something happens to the Jeep or the crew cab, I want it to be reliable enough that I can drive it every day if I have to. I know people are going to say, well, then don't do turbos. But that's what tuning's for. I mean, you know, if something happens, I end up having to drive it every day, I'll just have it tuned to make, 1 or 2 pounds of boost. I think streetable with the 8.1, I could probably get 10 to 14 pounds of boost. A lot of people say they only hold up to 10 pounds of boost completely stock. I can't remember what the number was that Lawrence Tolman did, but it was a lot more than that. Made like 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. So I think a lot of it depends on how it was drove before, which I said I plan on going through mine. New bearings, gapping the rings. I mean, probably a little bit of head work that I'll end up doing myself, and then doing the intake mod on those. I've got a friend of mine that's a really good TIG welder. We've talked about it some, but we just haven't got together on when we're going to try it. So, but eventually that will happen. But it'll probably be a year or so after I get this truck going with the LS before I ever even start on the 8.1. I might go ahead and do the intake. Might do some with the heads, but it'll be a long time before it's actually going together. Yeah, so we're gonna mark this thing out so we can get it. I got part of it. So eventually I might get better lighting in here. Whenever they wired this garage, everything is wired off of our living room. And I've been wanting to redo it, but I've always been able to get by. But I definitely need more lights in here. So it would be a good excuse to actually spend the money to have someone come in and rewire the garage on its own panel. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I'm a bigger guy. I am always thirsty, and I'm not diabetic. So, like, I drink 2 to 3 gallons of water a day. Don't know why. Been that way as long as I can remember. Let's see how this goes. Mm. Mm. Within an inch. There's a big dent right there. I didn't even notice. That's cool. Oh, so this truck originally had a wood floor in the bed. My dad, like back in the 90s, he found a bed that was in better shape floor-wise. He changed the bed sides, or one of them, and then put a steel floor in it. I think these might be the original wheel tubs for the 67, but I can't remember. But eventually my plan is to go back with a wood floor, but instead of using wood, I want to use the Trex deck board, and I'll have to cut it down and everything to get everything to work right. But so that way it'll still be strong, still look like wood, but I don't have to worry about it right now. But yeah, that's, I say but yeah a lot. I never realized that, so I started making videos. Anyways, how about that? We're, I guess we're gonna try it and see what had happened. So, hopefully I don't ruin my camera with sparks. Or when I start welding. If you guys don't have one of these, it's one of the handiest tools I've ever bought. Battery dead. These ones might be dead too, don't know. Hey, she ready to go. They probably won't fit. I haven't tried them yet. I just opened them. So, what the hell? They got the Go-Go Gadget arm on them. That's no better. Come on. Do what?
Hey YouTube people, I'm who edits the videos because Ryan buffers too much.
I'm just loading, it's fine.
That's what buffering means.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab wire brush and a drill, clean this up, and then grab my piece of sheet metal, try to get the sides as straight as I can at 5 inches, and then start welding it up. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to measure this, find center, and then over here on this side and that side, I'm going to see where it's touching and then find center of it. But I remember from doing the other side a couple of years ago that this center bolt here is actually in the center, so which makes sense because it's the center bolt, you know. But we're gonna do that, and this metal is thinner than this. This is 16 gauge. This is 18. But I'm gonna tack it upside down so that way, whenever I smooth it, hopefully, if I do a good enough job, you won't even be able to feel the difference on the top side. So. 60 inches. I wonder if it's actually straight. damn. Closer than I expected. All right. Turn the welder down a little bit. This damn, there it is. Yeah. Just so everyone knows, I believe in safety squints. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing at least for a minute. A little more heat. A little less wire. Off to a good start. Already got to cut it. So. There it goes. That's probably good enough for a floor, right? I've had a lot of people ask me how I know how to do all this stuff. I don't. I just try it. I've grown up and grew up poor, and I had to figure out how to fix stuff. Yeah, my dad knew how to do a lot of it, but he grew up the same way. So, I'll just try it. It's metal. You always want it back. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this for about 2 more hours and see how that goes. finding gloves that fit them. Like at work, doing a couple things, we have to wear cut resistant gloves. They ordered a pack just for me because I'm the only one that can wear them. The 3X, but I've never been able to find a welding glove that fit me like good. That didn't make it to where I couldn't tell what I was doing, if that makes sense. I hate that feeling. And it's not like I know what I'm doing anyway, it's just I feel like it, you know? Easy. Yeah, anyone that does it like flux core welders, because I think they're not strong enough. I've welded a lot of stuff that was structural with, like even the cheaper Harbor Freight welder. My dad's car trailer got a 12,000 pound winch on it, and I had to, the way it's made, you couldn't just bolt the winch plate onto the tongue, so I had to make risers for it. I think I used 3 or 4 inch C-channel. And I welded every bit of it with that, and that was probably 5 years ago. Every time I use it, I check it, but it doesn't have a crack or nothing in it. So, and then quite a bit of body work with one, and I like them because they're easy to control. You don't have to worry about running out of gas. So, you see here how tight that is. You push it down, it overlaps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little cutoff wheel and clearance it. yeah, I mean, there's gaps everywhere because my cut on the wheel tub wasn't straight. But, I mean, something like this, it's going to be within 1/8 of an inch. You cut carriage bolts, you can always elongate them holes to make everything line up perfect if it's off. So, I'm not really that worried about it, but, yeah, we're going to do that. So this is me like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks later. Might actually be right at 2 weeks. I've been working and I was sick for a few days and I haven't really felt like doing a whole lot. I don't know if it's work or what, but I did come out here for a little bit yesterday or Thursday maybe. Today's Sunday, so I don't know. But anyways, so I did get a little bit done on this wheel tub. So I've got probably 90% of it welded, which I mean, it ain't perfect. I don't want it to be perfect, but I'm probably gonna, like spots like this, they wasn't lined up perfect. I don't really care, but to be honest with you, I might just pack that full of weld and grind it some more, make it look a little better. Still haven't ground that side. Still haven't finished welding this side either, but I mean, this side, it all tacked up pretty good. I actually ran out of welding wire, but yeah, like through here, I'll probably fill in the holes and stuff, but then I was gonna run it through the bead roller, do this body line, but once I get it all ground down and everything, I'll take a hammer and dolly and shape it. But yeah, it's once I get it smooth, I don't really plan on painting it. I might actually set it outside to let it start to rust. I might try to do a patina on it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, doing stuff like this isn't hard. It's just time consuming. Like I said, this isn't even fully welded, and I've got probably an hour and a half easily just going around it, tacking it at different spots, trying not to warp it. Doing it this way, I mean, if you got your settings right, this is probably 16 gauge. It penetrates all the way through. Hold on a minute. You can see where I have and haven't welded it yet. I mean, I haven't done that spot. I haven't done all that. But where I have done it, you can see it'll hold till it don't. I mean, if it ever becomes an issue, and it bothers me enough. I'll just buy a short bed kit for this truck. This past weekend, me and my brother went to a swap meet in Louisville, Kentucky. I ended up finding a brand new short bed bedside for a 67. It had a dent on it. I probably should have bought it. The guy wanted $500 for it. But right now, this truck's not going to be that solid. I mean, yeah, the cab's going to be solid and everything, and for the most part, it's not going to have any dents or anything, but I don't want it to, like I said in one of my last videos, I don't want it to be a perfect truck, because then I'll be afraid to drive it. The dent that was in that bedside, I probably could have popped out with a suction cup. But yeah, it's the truck. I don't want to be afraid to drive it. I don't want to be afraid to drive it in the rain. I don't want to be afraid to drive it down a gravel road or a dirt road. I'm probably not going to show any more of this on this wheel tub. I mean, I might do it in a later video installing it, but actually showing the work, I'm not going to do any more of it on this one. So, but yeah, so I guess this will be my outro. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more sheet metal work, subscribe, like, comment. So I'll see you guys later.